Welcome to Demo 10, and in Demo 10 we're going to work with graphics that can either be pictures, clip art, symbols, shapes, those kinds of things. We're going to work with them as graphics, and then I'm also going to show you how to put a border around your page. So first, let's go out and look at what we have here, what they give us. If we go up to the home ribbon, there's actually an insert for shapes. And so they have a variety of shapes that you can grab and add to your document. Also pictures. We can go to the photo browser or take a picture from a file, or even the clip art browser or gallery. So let's go to the clip art gallery and see what we have. For example, if I type the word bridge, since that's what my paper is about, let's see if they have anything about bridges. Nope, no clip arts on bridges. So I'm kind of stuck about that. I need to go out and get a picture of a bridge. If I've already taken a picture that I'm going to use, I can just go and grab my picture from the file. If I'm going to go to a web page and get the picture of the bridge, I can just go to that web page, and let's go back to that web page that we were using, and there's a picture on this web page of the Ernest Bridge on the Mohawk River. That's the one that we specifically set up at the bottom of the page with the border around it and the shading. So what you do is you hold down your control key and click, and notice I can save this image as a particular file, or I can actually copy it right then and there. So let's just do a straight copy and see what happens. So I'm copying that image. I want to go back to my Word document, and that's just a matter of clicking on the Word icon down here on the dock. Go to a specific spot. Let's put the cursor in front of Oregon, and then do a paste. Edit, paste. And notice the picture comes in. There's a problem though. When the picture comes in, the picture wants to be like text, or Word works with the picture as if it is text. So that's why I've got this real large space here above this sentence. So if I click on the picture and reduce it in size, then we get to see that that space is reducing. The problem is I can't move the picture anywhere. For example, if I try to move it down here, it just takes up that space. So what I have to do is get the picture away from the text. I have to separate it from the text. And to do that, notice we have a new tab that appears called Format Picture. So you really want to use this format picture when it comes to working with pictures. Now the only way you'll see that is when the picture is active, and that's what it is right now. First thing you want to do, go over here to the wrap text and pick square or tight. Square or tight. Since this is a rectangular picture, I'm going to pick square. Now when I move it, notice we're no longer 2 pages, we're 1 page all of a sudden. Now when I move it, the picture forces the text around it, but it doesn't make it distorted. So now I can move this picture wherever I want on my page, place it where I want it to go. You can also use your arrow keys for subtle movements if you want to. And now I'm going to take this text here that's kind of running through the picture and just hitting the return key to move it along. Unfortunately, that moved this special thing that we did with the this one paragraph over to page 2. How can I correct that? Well, all I have to do is change the margins, of course. So go to Layout. Let's change the margins to something smaller. Let's see if 0.6 top and bottom right there. Nice to have that right there because if it doesn't work, we can always reduce it some more, but that's going to work for me. So when you're working with clip art, pictures, or just symbols, graphics, shapes, you've got to remember that they are graphics. But when you first bring them in, the document's going to think they're part of the text. So you have to separate them out from the text. Another thing you can do with pictures that's built into it is format the picture to a particular style. So we can do all sorts of things with the picture. You got to be careful because every time you do something like this, it may affect the text that's there because you're adding more space. For example, if I pick this oval right there, notice what it did. It's got a shadow down here that affects things, and that just may not be what I want to do, so I undo that. Let's go to the simple one right here, this simple frame. Still a little bit of shadow or a little bit of extra space around it, so I just hit the down arrow. Again, I can change that. So anytime you put graphics in here, you may have to do a little playing around. You may have to change the size of it. You can always change colors even as you go in and look at the format. You've got a lot of filtering, recoloring you can do. You can filter it to any one of these effects right here. You can crop it. In other words, if there's parts of it that you just want to get rid of, you want to crop it, crop it down so only a specific part of the picture is showing. You can create a transparency on the picture. I find that the best way to move the picture is just that, move the picture yourself to make it fit and make it look the way you want. Sometimes this position, you can move positions, is not exactly what you want. This one right here is in between the inline with text. That's not what you want to do. Once you've got something like that, I've got shadow. There are other things you can do. You can add color to it. In other words, make the frame red. I can also put a reflection on it if I want. The problem with reflection is it's going to move the text down. So you can get a reflective look of that picture. Don't like it, just undo it and it'll take care of the picture. So you can have multiple pictures on the same page. It's just that you're going to have to play with them to make them look just right for you. Now, I told you I was going to do a page border. This is different than the paragraph border we did down here. Now you get through the same place, but it's a little different. Remember, this is a paragraph border that we shaded. Remember that border and shading was under format. So we go to border and shading. And in this particular case, remember, it was shading that was done on the paragraph. I want to go to the page border. So I'm going to put a page border, and this is now going to affect the whole page. You automatically have box over there. So it'll automatically do the whole document. You notice it says right there, whole document. If I want to take a particular line off, I could take the lines off that I don't want to show. Click on them, they come back. Since this is only a box scenario, I can increase the size of my line or the style of my line. So I've got 3-point in this style. Do a color again as say a dark blue color that I want. Remember, if you don't know the colors, just highlight over it, text 2, darker 25 on that blue. Or I can actually go down and do clip art. They actually have clip art borders if you're doing something a little fancier. You got all these different kind of clip arts, Halloween clip arts, rain, text, and things like that. But we're just going to do a straight line and then hit OK. notice it has set itself up around the document based upon the margins. So if I were to go and change my margins left and right to lower numbers, notice it automatically changes with it. So that's the border command. So that's how you can do a page border to offset your document a little bit.